Hello, everyone behind the horse. This is a little unorthodox, but everything we're doing is a little unorthodox. So, if you don't know who I am, my name is Marissa Callan, and I'm the music director. And this is my very dear friend, Sasha Hildebrand. She's the director of the show. We're both alumni of Sterling College, so this is really special for us. I just wanted to just invite you tonight to really get involved in the show. So I know there's so many things going on right now with COVID and everything that kind of keep us apart from one another. Tonight, we're doing this safely, but we're doing it. It's been an adventure to rehearse this show. We started almost a year ago trying to do this show last spring, and then everything happened. We've had to delay the show, and tonight, this is our final night, and we're so excited. We're thrilled that you all are here. I always say that performing for no one is the worst, and it really is. And so having real people in this space is so exciting, and the students are really thrilled about it. It's been, like I said, an adventure. Some weeks we'd have to go without certain people and then put other people back in and imagine other people were there. Some things that went on stage last night were on stage for the first time, like all together, everyone was together. So, it's been that kind of an experience. And so I want to say that they're going to give you everything they've got. Rehearsing in masks is a bizarre thing, when you're thinking about live theater and performing and singing. So last night was the very first time they got to take masks off. So imagine us seeing their faces for the first time. So as an audience, I just want to encourage you to support them fully. So I'm a person who believes in clapping loud and laughing loud and feeling all those big emotions as they give you everything they've got on the stage, because they got last night and they get tonight. And so I want you to promise me that you're in it with them. Do you promise? Okay. That was pretty good. All right. So we're just really excited that you're here, that we get to do live theater, that we get to connect with you this way, again, in a safe environment. Sasha's going to tell you a little bit more about just kind of how the night will go, but we're so excited you're here. Please enjoy every little bit of what they're going to give you tonight.
Yes, just to mirror what Marissa says, it's our joy to be here with you tonight, and it's been a real journey to get here. Just a few little housekeeping tips. Again, like they said downstairs, please keep your masks on at all times when you're in the building, just for the safety of you and the safety of our performers. Please silence your cell phones. Please take them off vibrate, because this space can get really quiet and the show can get really quiet, and a sound like a vibrating phone might ruin the effect for some people. So if you can do that, there will be one 15-minute intermission, and we do invite you to stand up, move around. We do have restrooms over here. There are also other restrooms in the building to the south here, which is the theater building, and you can access that through those doors that's closest to this building. We are videotaping this performance tonight, and we did it last night, and our hope is that once we videotape it, we're going to get it edited, and then we're going to be able to deliver it live stream at a later date. So if you have people that are family and friends that didn't get to come tonight or didn't feel comfortable coming tonight, no fear. We will let you know and let the students know how to advertise that opportunity to see the show online a little later in the month here. We do appreciate our cameraman, and definitely Dennis Dutton, who is our champion of theater at Sterling College, for getting that all set up for us. Lastly, I just want to say something about this show. This is Rodgers and Hammerstein's, I think it is at least one of their favorite shows. Richard Rodgers' favorite show. And if you've seen any of the other shows, South Pacific, Sound of Music, King and I, they're favorite shows for a lot of people. But Carousel doesn't seem to be the favorite show of a lot of people, because there's some dark themes in this show. Some things that are heavy, that are hard to approach, that in our day and age, kind of disturbing. And I urge you not to cast any judgment on the show until you get all the way to the end, because we are all flawed people. We are all sinful people. And we all have issues that are hard to love sometimes. And this character of Billy Bigelow that you'll see tonight, played by William Dutton, is a flawed character. He's not your typical hero. But in a way, he represents what we are as humans in God's eyes, that we are flawed creatures reaching out for redemption. And the redemptive quality of love is so evident in this story. And I want you to remember that this is a love story. It might not go the correct theological way that we might believe in or wish, but it is a story, and it is a story about love, ultimately. So just remember that tonight as we sit and watch live theater here at Sterling College. We appreciate you. We so appreciate you coming out tonight, and thank you, and enjoy Carousel.
Come on, Julie, it's getting late. Julie! That's right, don't you pay her no mind. She's coming around at us again. Let's run. I ain't scared of her.
I got one more thing to tell you, young woman. If you ever so much as poke your nose in my carousel again, you'll be thrown out. Right on your little pink behind.
You got no call to talk to her like that. She ain't doing you no harm.
Oh, ain't she? Think I'm gonna get in trouble with the police and lose my license.
What is the woman talking about?
Letting my Barker fool with you. Ain't you ashamed?
I don't let no man
He leaned against her all through the ride.
He leaned against the horse, but he didn't lay a hand on me.
Oh, no. Miss Innocence. And I bet he didn't put his arm around your waist neither.
And suppose he did. Is that a reason to have a capiloptic fit?
You keep out of this, you little rip. You've had my warning. If you come back, you'll be thrown out.
Who'll throw me out?
Billy Bigelow, the Barker. Same fella you let get so free with you.
I bet he wouldn't. He wouldn't throw me out. I bet the same thing.
You mind your business, hussy.
Go back to your carousel and leave us alone. Just leave us alone, you old controlled hag.
I don't run my business for a lot of old chippies.
Chippy yourself!
Don't
Chippy
even
yourself!
know.
You think you are?
Shut up! Jabba, jabba, jabba. Jabba, jabba, jabba. What's going on anyway? Spitting and sputtering like 3 lumps of corn popping on a
Mr.
shovel.
Bigelow, please.
Don't yell.
I didn't yell.
Well, don't. What's the matter?
Take a good look at that girl, Billy. She ain't ever to be allowed on my carousel again. Next time she tries to get in, if she dares, I want you to throw her out. Understand? Throw her out.
All right. You heard what the lady said. Run home now.
Come on, Julie.
Like a drink?
Sure.
No. I won't.
I can't stay. God.
Mr. Bigelow? Tell me, please, honest and truly, if I came back to the carousel, would you throw me out?
What did she do anyway?
She says you put your arm around my waist.
So that's it? Here's something new. Can't put my arm around a girl's waist without I ask your permission? Is that how it is?
I just don't want that one around anymore.
You come around all you want, you see? And if you ain't got the price, Billy Bigelow will treat you to a ride.
Big talker, ain't you, Mr. Bigelow? I suppose you think I can throw you out too if I wanna? You're such a good barker, I can't get along without you, is that it? Well, just for that, you're discharged. Your services are no longer required. You're bounced, see?
Very well, Mrs. Mullen.
You know, I could bounce you if I felt like it.
And you felt like it just now, so I'm bounced.
Do you have to pick up every word that I say? I only said...
That my services were no longer required. Very good. We'll let it go with that.
All right, you devil, we'll let it go with that.
No, Mr. Bigelow, please, if she
You
says
keep
she's
out of
willing to
this!
change- I don't want this to happen, count of me.
Apologize to her!
Me. Apologize to her. For what? For spoiling the good name of my carousel? The business that was left to me by my dear saintly departed husband, Mr. Mullen? I only wish my husband was alive this minute.
I bet he don't.
He'd give you such a smack in the jaw.
That's exactly what I'm gonna give you if you don't dry up.
You upstart, after all I've done for you. Now I'm through with you for good, you hear?
Get!
Through for good. I won't take you back like before. Ugh.
Mr. Bigelow.
Don't you get sorry for me or I'll give you a slap on the jaw. And don't you get sorry for me either.
I'm not feeling sorry for you, Mr. Bigelow.
You're a liar. You are feeling sorry for me. I can see it in your face. You think now that she went out and fired me, I won't be able to get another job.
What will you do now, Mr. Bigelow?
Well, first I'll go get myself a glass of beer. Whenever anything bothers me, I always drink a glass of beer.
Well, then you are bothered about losing your job.
No, only how I'm gonna pay for the beer. Will you pay for it? Will you? How much money you got?
43 cents.
And you?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really have.
I asked you how much money you got. Well, you needn't cry about it. I'm going back to the carousel to get my things. Stay here till I get back. Then, we'll go have a drink.
Here.
It's all right. Keep your money. I'll pay.
Julie! Julie! Do you like him?
I don't know.
Oh, did you like it when he talked to you that way? When he put you on the carousel today? Did you like that?
I'd rather not say.
You're the clear one, Julie Jordan. You are quieter and deeper than a well. And you never tell me nothing.
There's nothing that I care to choose to tell.
You've been acting most peculiar. Every morning you're awake ahead of me. Always sitting by the window.
I like to watch the river meet the sea.
When we work in the mill, weaving at the loom, you gaze absent-minded at the roof. And half the time your shuttle gets twisted in the threads till you can't tell the warp from the woof.
Tain't so.
You're a clear one, Julie Jordan. You ain't never tell a body what you think. You're as tight-lipped as an oyster and silent as an old Sahara Sphinx. Huh?
It's Sphinx.
Spink.
Just spell it with an X.
That's only when there's more than one. Oh, Julie, I've been busting to tell you something lately.
You have?
Well, the reason I didn't care to tell you before was because you didn't have a feller of your own, but now you got one and I can tell you about mine.
Harry, I'm so glad you got a feller. What's his name?
His name is Mr. Snow, and an upstanding man is he. He comes home every night in his round-bottomed boat with a net full of herring from the sea. An almost perfect bow, as refined as a girl could wish. But he spends so much time in his round-bottomed boat that he can't seem to lose the smell of fish. The first time he kissed me, the whiff of his clothes knocked me flat on the floor of the room.
about Billy Bigelow.
It's still here?
Oh, you told us to wait for you.
Well, what do you think I want with two of you? I meant that one of you was to stay. The other can go home.
All right.
One of you goes home. Now, where do you work?
Bascom's cotton mill a little ways up the river.
And you?
I work there too.
Well, one of you goes home. Which of you wants to stay? Come on, speak up! Which of you stays?
Whoever stays loses her job.
How do you mean?
Well, all of Bascom's girls have to be respectable. We all have to work in the mill boarding houses, and if we're late, they lock us out and we can't go back and work there anymore.
Is that true? Will they bounce you if you're not home on time?
That's right.
Huh.
Julie, should I go?
I can't tell you what to do.
All right. I mean, you stay if you like.
Is that right? You'll be discharged if you stay?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Julie, should I go?
Why do you keep asking me
You
that?
know what's best to do.
All right, Carrie. You can go home.
Good night.
Now we're both out of a job. Have you had your supper?
No,
Want to eat out on the pier?
no,
Anywhere else?
no.
You know, you don't come to the Carousel much. I only seen you 3 times before today.
I've been there much more than that.
Is that right? Did you see me?
Yes.
Did you know I was Billy Bigelow?
They told me.
Have you got a sweetheart?
No,
Ah, don't lie to me.
I haven't anybody.
You stayed here with me the first time I asked you. You know your way around, all right.
No, I don't, Mr. Bigelow.
And I suppose you don't know why you're staying here, like this, alone with me. You wouldn't have stayed so quick if you hadn't done it before. What did you stay for, anyway?
I stayed so you wouldn't be left alone.
Alone? Geez, you're dumb. I don't need to be alone. I can have all the girls I want. Don't you know that?
I know, Mr. Bigelow,
What do you know?
that all the girls are crazy for you. But that's not why I stayed. I stayed because you've been so good to me.
Well, then you can go home.
I don't want to go home now.
And suppose I go away and leave you sitting there.
Even then, I wouldn't go home.
You know what you remind me of? A girl I met in Coney Island. I'll tell you how I met her. One night it was closing time at the Carousel. And just as the lights were getting ready to come on, someone came along. And it was awful late at night, and there was this girl.
Evening, Mr. Bascom.
Good evening, Timothy. Nice night.
Indeed it is, sir.
Yes, it is.
Mr. Bascom,
Yes.
is that one of your girls?
One of my girls. Is that you, Miss Jordan?
Yes, sir.
Whatever are you doing out at this hour?
Well,
Do you know what time we closed the boarding mill house? You couldn't even make it home on time if you ran all the way.
No, sir.
Hey, who's old Sideburns?
Hey, now, don't you go calling Mr. Bascom names as you're fixing to get yourself into trouble, all right? A report on this one from the police chief at Bangor. Real sly gazebo come up from out of Coney Island.
New York, eh?
Works on carousels. Makes a specialty of young things like this one. Gets them all moony-eyed, promises to marry them, then takes their money.
I don't got no money.
But speak when you're spoken to, miss, all right?
Julie. You've heard what kind of blackguard this man is? You're an experienced girl. He's imposed on you and he's deluded you. That's why I'm inclined to give you one more chance.
You hear that?
I'm meeting Mrs. Bascom at the church tonight. We'll drive you home and we'll explain everything to the house matron. How does that sound? Come on, child.
Well, don't be standing there like you don't have any good sense.
Do I have to go with you?
No, you don't have to go with me.
Then I'll stay.
After I warned you?
You see, Timothy, there are some of them out there that you just cannot help. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Bascom. You. Low-down scallywag. I gotta throw you in jail.
What for?
Don't know. Wish I did.
Well, and then what?
Huh?
You were starting to tell me a story.
Me?
Yeah, about that girl in Coney Island. You just finished putting out the lights of the carousel. That's as far as you got.
Oh, yeah. Yes, well, just as the lights went out in the carousel, someone came along. A little girl with a shawl. You know, she... Say, tell me something. Ain't you scared of me? I mean, after what that cop said about me taking money from girls?
I ain't scared.
Is that your name? Julie? Julie something?
Julie Jordan.
You're a queer one, Julie Jordan. Ain't you sorry that you didn't run away? You can still go if you wanna.
I reckon that I care to choose to stay. You couldn't take my money if I didn't have any, and I don't have a penny, that's true. And if I did have money, you couldn't take any, 'cause you'd ask and I'd give it to you.
You're a queer one, Julie Jordan. Ain't you ever had a fella you give money to?
No.
Ain't you ever had a feller at all?
No.
Well, you must have had a feller you went walking with.
Yes.
Where'd you walk?
Nowhere special I recall.
In the woods,
No.
on a beach.
No.
Did you love him?
No. Never loved no one. I told you that.
Say, you're a funny kid. Want to go into town and dance maybe? Or...
No. I have to be careful.
Of what?
My character. You see, I'm never going to marry. I'm never going to marry. If I was going to marry, I wouldn't have to be such a stickler. But I'm never going to marry, and a girl who don't marry has got to be much more particular.
Suppose I was to say to you that I'd marry you.
You?
That scares you, don't it? You're thinking about what the cops said.
No, I ain't. I don't pay no mind to what he said.
But you would never marry a fella like me, would you?
Sure I would, if I loved you. It wouldn't make no difference, would you? Even if I died for it.
How do you know what you'd do if you loved me? Or how you'd feel or anything?
I don't know how I'd know.
Ah!
Just the same, I know how would it be if I loved you? When I worked in the mill, weaving at the loom, I'd gaze
don't.
No, I don't. But somehow I can see just exactly how I'd be if I loved you. Time and again I would try to say all I'd want you to know. If I loved you, words wouldn't come in an easy way. Round in circles I'd go, longing to tell you, but afraid and shy. I'd let my golden chances pass me by. Soon you'd leave me, off you would go in the mist of day. Never, never to know if I loved
Well, you don't love me. That's what you said anyway.
you. Yes. I can smell them. Can you? The blossoms. The wind brings them down.
Ain't much wind tonight. Hardly any. There's a hell of a lot of stars in the sky, and the sky so big, the sea looks small, and two little people, you and I, we don't count at all. You're a funny kid. I don't remember ever meeting a girl like you. You. Are you trying to get me to marry you?
No.
Then what's it putting in my head? You're different, all right. I don't know what it is. You looked up at me with that little kid face of yours, like you trusted me. I wonder what it would be like.
What?
Nothing. I know what it would be like. It would be just awful. I can hear myself. Kinda scrawny and pale, picking at my food, and lovesick like any other guy. I'd throw away my sweater and dress up like a dude in a dickie and a collar and a tie. If I loved you.
But you don't.
No, I don't. But somehow I can see just exactly how I'd be if I loved you. Time and again I would try to say all I'd want you to know. If I loved you, I'm not a feller to marry anybody. Even if a girl was foolish enough to want me to, I wouldn't.
Don't worry about it, Billy.
Who's worried?
You were right about there being no wind. The blossoms are just coming down by themselves. Just their time too, I reckon. In the kitchen, busier than a bee in a bucket of tar. Hey, and you ought to be ashamed. Making yourselves a plague and a nuisance with your yelling and screaming and carrying on? Give it to 'em good, Harry, give it to 'em good. Get away and no account nothing. Keep your silly jokes and crackle. If you packed all your brains in a butterfly's head, he'd still have room to rattle. Give it to 'em good, Harry, give it to 'em good. Tell 'em something that'll burn 'em. Get away, you roustabout riffraff, with your bellies full of grub. If you packed all your brains in a pollywog's head, he'd never even grow into a frog. Pollywog would never be a frog. That'll burn 'em. Darn 'em.
Well, you can't blame them. This is the first clam bake of the year. They're always like this. It's like unlocking a door and all those crazy notions they kept shut up for the winter just come whooping out into the sunshine. This year's just like every other. March went out like a lion, a whipping up the water in the bay. Then April cried and stepped aside, and along come pretty little May. May was full of promises, but she didn't keep them quick enough for some. And a crowd of doubting Thomases was predicting that the
Jigger Cragen last night and he didn't come home.
Jigger Cragen?
His new friend. He's a sailor on that big whaler, the Nancy B. She's sailing tomorrow. I'll be glad.
Well, why don't you two stay out here and talk? Hey, girls, we got work to do. Go back inside. Stop poking your noses in other people's business.
Do you need me, Cousin Eddie?
No, you haven't seen Carrie in a long while. You should talk. It'll do you good.
Is he working yet?
No, but Nettie's been awful kind to us, letting us stay here with her.
Well, Mr. Snow says a man who can't find work these days is just bone lazy.
Billy don't know any trade. He's only good at what he used to do, so now he just don't do anything.
Well, wouldn't the Carousel woman take him back?
I suppose she would, but he won't go. I ask him why, and he won't tell me. Last Monday, he hit me.
Did you hit him back?
No,
Why'd you leave him?
I don't want to.
I would. I'd leave him. Thinks he can do whatever he likes just because he's Billy Bigelow. He don't support you. He beats you. He's a bad un.
He ain't willingly or meaningly bad.
Maybe he ain't. That night you sat on the bench together, he was gentle then, you told me.
Yes, he was.
But now he's always acting up.
No, not always. Sometimes he's gentle, even now. After dinner, he'll sit out on the porch and listen to the music from the carousel, and something comes over him. And he's gentle.
What's he say?
Nothing. He just sits and gets thoughtful. You see, he's unhappy because he ain't working. That's really why he hit me.
It's a fine reason for hitting you. He beats his wife because he ain't working?
It preys on his mind.
Did he hurt you?
No. No.
Oh, Julie, I got some good news to tell you about me. About Mr. Snow and me. Oh, we're gonna be crying in church next Sunday. Stop your racket! Don't all come at me together.
Well, how long have you been bespoke?
And near on 2 months. Julie was the first to know.
Have you met him?
Oh, Julie hasn't met him yet. But you all will soon, because I invited him to the clam bake.
I can't wait to meet him. I can't wait for the wedding.
Me neither.
What a day that'll be for you.
surprise.
Surprised! I'm mortified!
Oh, dang it. I knew we shouldn't have come. It was too much. I know it was too much. You shouldn't have. Are you sure? Are you sure? I didn't want to embarrass you in front of your friends and everything.
You just caught me off guard a little bit.
Oh, I'm okay. Sorry. Oh, thank you. Carrie, that's enough.
Well, this is him. Carrie's told me a lot about you. I told you a lot about Julie, haven't I? Carrie tells me you're coming to the clam bake. Looks like we'll have good weather for it, too. Not a cloud in the sky.
You're right.
He don't say much, but what he does say is awful pithy. Oh, is he anything like I told you he'd be? Just like.
Carrie. I almost forgot. I brought you some flowers.
Flowers? Where? Geranium seeds.
And these are hydrangeas. I thought we could plant them in front of the cottage. They do well in the salt air.
That'll be beautiful.
I like to dig around in the garden in my spare time. I like to plant flowers and take care of them and all.
Yeah, he does.
Does your husband like to do that too?
No, I couldn't rightly say if Billy likes to take care of flowers, but he likes to smell them.
Oh, Enoch's nice looking, ain't he?
Come, Carrie.
No, he's steady and reliable, too. Well, ain't you gonna wish us luck?
Oh, of course I wish you luck, Carrie.
Oh, you can kiss Enoch, too, us being such good friends and me being right here looking at you.
Why are you crying, Mrs.
It's because she has such a good heart.
Well, we thank you for your heartfelt sympathy, Mrs.
Bigelow. This is Billy Bigelow. That's my name.
Fish slap him in the face, right?
Really?
Billy, you know, Carrie, this is her intended, Mr. Snow.
Mr. Bigelow. Well, it's almost like I know you.
How are ya?
I'm all right. Just getting a little chest cold out of the way this time of year.
Billy,
Well, all right, say it. I stayed out all night, and I ain't got a job, and I'm living off your cousin Nettie.
I didn't say anything.
No, but it was on the tip of your tongue.
Oh, Billy, just be sure to come back in time to go to the clam bake.
Ain't going to no clam bake. Come on, Jigger.
I'm glad you ain't got no whoop jamboree notions like Billy.
Well, Carrie, it always seemed to me a man had enough to worry about getting a good sleep at nights, so he can wake up the next day and get a good day's work in, without going around and looking for any special trouble.
That's true, Enoch.
You know, a man's got to make plans for himself, and he's got to stick to them, too.
Your plans are turning out awful fine, ain't they, Enoch?
All according to schedule. I own a little house and I sail a little boat, and the fish I catch I sell. And in the manner of speaking, I'm doing very well. I love a little girl and she's in love with me, and soon she'll be my bride. And in the manner of speaking, I should be satisfied.
Well, ain't ya?
Well, if I told you my plans and the things I intend, it'd make every curl on your head stand on end. When I make enough money out of one little boat, I'll put all my money in another little boat. I'll have twice as much out of two little boats. And the first thing you know, I'll have 4 little boats, then 8 little boats, then a fleet of little boats, then a great big fleet of great big boats. All catching herring, bringing it to shore, sailing out again and bringing in more and more and more and more.
Okay, who's gonna eat all that herring?
Harry, there ain't gonna be herring. I'm gonna put them in little cans and I'm gonna call them sardines. Oh, I'll build a little sardine cannery and then a bigger one and then I'll build the biggest one in the whole country. Carrie, I'm gonna get rich off of sardines. I mean, we're gonna get rich. You and me and all of us. The first year we're married, we'll have 1 little kid. The second year we're gonna have another little kid. You'll soon be down in socks for 8 little feet.
Building up to another fleet.
That's a good idea. We'll build a lot more room. Our dear little house will get bigger. Our dear little house will get bigger.
And so will my figure.
Harry, can't you imagine what it'd be like when all the kids are upstairs asleep and we sit alone on the fireside? Me in my armchair, and you on my knee. Maybe?
Maybe.
When the children are asleep, we'll sit and dream the things that every other dad and mother dream. When the children are asleep and lights are low, if I still love you the way I love you today, you'll pardon my saying I told you so. When the children are asleep, I'll dream with you. We'll think what fun we have had and be glad that it all came true.
When children are awake, or romping through the rooms, or running on the stairs, then, in a manner of speaking, the house is really theirs. But once they close their eyes, and we are left alone, and free from all their fuss, then, in a manner of speaking, we can be really us. When the children are asleep, we'll sit and dream the things that every other dad and mother
Dreams that won't be interrupted when the children are asleep and lights are low.
Oh, and behold, if I still love you the way I love you today, you'll pardon my saying I told you so. When the children are asleep, I'll dream with you. We'll think what fun we have had and be glad that it all came true.
Stick with me a second. After we get rid of the shipmates, I gotta talk to you. I know a way we can get our hands on a lot of money.
How much?
More than you've ever seen in your whole life.
Tell him how it is, Jigger.
Oh, come on, guys. All right. The people who live on land are hard to understand. When you're looking for fun, they clap you into jail. So I'm shipping off to sea, where life is gay and free, and a fella can flip the hook in the hip of a whale. Blow high, blow low, away we will go. We'll go a whaling, a sailing away. Away we'll go, blow me high and low, for many a long, long day. It's wonderful just to feel your hand upon the wheel, and to listen to wind whistling in the sail, or to climb aloft and be the very first to see a chrysanthemum spout come out of the snout of a whale. High, low, low, away we will go. Away we'll go, high and upon the sea, your life will seem to be like a dear little baby in her bassinet. And she hasn't learned to walk, and she hasn't learned to talk, and a little behind is always inclined to be wet. Blow high, blow low, away we will go. We'll go away, make us sailing away. Away we'll go, blow me high and low. I'll tell you, it is as safe as selling cakes.
You say this old Sideburns, who owns the mill, is the same owner as your ship?
That's right. And tonight, he'll be taking $3,000 or $4,000 down to the captain. By himself. He'll walk along the waterfront by himself with all that money.
You'd think he'd have somebody go with him.
Not him. Not the last 3 times, anyway. I seen him from the same spot and seen him pass me. Once I nearly jumped him.
Why didn't you?
Well, I don't like to do a job unless it's airtight. This one needs 2 to pull off proper. Besides, there was a moon shining on him like a torch. Hate moons. You know, lately the nights have been running to fog, and it's 10 to 1 we'll have fog tonight. That's why I wanted you to tell your wife we'd be going to the clam bake.
Clam bake? Why?
Suppose we're all over the island. You and me get lost in the fog, got on a boat, came over here, did what we had to do, then got back. There's your alibi. We'll just say we were on the island all that time.
Just what would we have to do? I mean me. What would I have to do?
You'll go up to old Sideburns and say, "Excuse me, sir, could you tell me the time?"
"Excuse me, sir, could you tell me the time?" Then what?
Well, by that time I'll have my knife in his side, then you take your knife and you go for it.
Me? I ain't got a knife.
Well, you can get one, can't you?
Does he have to be killed?
No, doesn't have to be. He can give up the money without being killed, but these New Englanders are funny. They'd rather be killed. So?
I won't do it. It's dirty.
What's so dirty about it?
The knife.
Fine, forget the knife. Just go up to him with a tin cup and ask him, "Excuse me, sir, could you give me $3,000? See what he does for you.
I ain't gonna do it.
Sure. You know, you've got all that money.
I ain't got a cent. Money thinks I'm dead.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And you lost your job. You've got a wife to support now.
Shut up about my wife. What do you want?
Hello, Billy.
What did you come for?
Come to talk business.
Business?
I see you're still hanging around your jailbird friend.
What's it to you who I hang around with?
If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a common type of woman.
What are you doing here? Ah, you got a new barker, ain't you?
Why don't you stay home and sleep at night? You look awful.
He's as good as me, ain't he?
Put your hair back off your forehead.
Let my hair be.
If I told you to let it hang down over your eyes, you'd push it back. I hear you've been beating her. Well, if you're sick of her, why don't you leave her? There's no use in beating the poor, skinny little...
Leave her, eh? You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Don't flatter yourself. If I had any sense, I wouldn't have come here. The things you got to do when you're in business. I'd sell the damn Carousel if I could.
Ain't it crowded without me?
Those fool girls keep asking for you. They miss you, see? Are you gonna be sensible and come back?
And leave Julie?
You beat her, don't you?
No, I don't beat her. What's all this damn fool talk about beating? I hit her one time, and now the whole town is... I swear, the next person I hear...
All right, I take it back. I don't want to get mixed up in it.
Beating her. As if I would beat her.
What's the odds, one way or the other? Look at the thing straight. You've been married 2 months and you're sick of it. Out there's the Carousel. Show booths, young girls, all the beer you could want, a good living, and you're throwing it all away. You know what? I got a new organ.
I know.
How do you know?
I listen to it every night. You can hear it from here.
Good one, ain't it?
Jim Dandy. Got a nice tone.
You ought to come up close and hear it sometime. Makes you think the carousel's going faster. You belong out there, and you know it. You're not cut out for a respectable married man. You're an artist type. You belong among artists. Tell you what, you come back and I'll give you that ruby ring my husband left me.
I don't know. I might go back. I could still keep on living here with Julie.
Holy Moses!
What's wrong?
Can you imagine how the girls would like that? A barker who runs home to his wife every night. Why, people would laugh themselves sick.
I know what you want.
Don't be so stuck on yourself.
I ain't happy here, and that's the truth.
Of course you ain't.
What do you want?
I brought you your coffee.
Why don't you have a talk with her? She'll understand. Maybe she'll be glad to be rid of you.
Maybe.
Billy, before I forget, there's something I need to tell you.
All right?
I was meaning to yesterday.
Well, go ahead.
No, I can't. We gotta be alone.
Can't you see I'm busy? Here I'm talking business and...
Take a minute.
Will you get out of here or...
I tell you, it'll only take a minute.
Get out of here!
No!
What did you say?
Let her alone, Billy. I'll drop into Bascom's bank to get some small change for the carousel. I'll be back in a few minutes for your answer to my proposition.
Don't look at me like that. I ain't afraid of you. I ain't afraid of no one. No, I have something to tell you.
Well, then tell me. And make it quick.
I can't tell it so quick. Why don't you drink your coffee?
That what you wanted to say?
No. By the time you drank it, I'll have told you.
Well?
Well, yesterday my head ached. And you asked me.
Yes?
Well, you see, that's what it is.
You sick?
No, it's nothing like that. It's awful hard to tell you. I'm not a bit scared. It's a perfectly natural thing.
What is?
Well, when two people live together,
Yeah?
I'm going to have a baby.
Oh, come here. Oh, Julie. Is the baby okay?
I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, let me help you down. Oh, you're having a baby. Oh. Wow.
Hey, Billy.
Hey, Jigga. Julie's gonna have a baby.
Yeah? What about it?
Nothing.
My mother had a baby once.
He in there with her? They're having it out, I bet. You know, when he comes back to me, I ain't gonna let him hang around with you anymore. You know that, don't you?
Common woman.
I ain't gonna let him get in your clutches. Everybody that hangs around you ends up in the jailhouse of the grave.
Yeah. Carnival broad. Get in between a man and his wife.
Get in between nothing. They don't belong together. Nobody knows him like I do, and nobody's gonna get him away from me, and that goes for you.
Well, who wants him? If he's gonna let himself get tied to a old, wobbly hip slut like you, what good would he be for me?
He won't be no good to you. And he won't end up with a policeman's bullet in his heart like that Roberts boy you hung around with last year. Wish the bullet would have got you, you sleek-eyed wharf rat. You keep away from him. That's all. Or I'll get the cops after you.
Common woman.
Yeah, call names. But I got him back, just the same, and you're through.
Put a new coat of paint on. We're starting to peel. The old pleasure boat.
Ugh. You're still here.
You told me to come back, didn't you? Here. You'll be wanting an advance on your salary. That's only fair. You've been out of work a long time.
Go home, Mrs. Mullen.
What's the matter with you?
Can't you see I'm having my breakfast? Go back to your carousel.
You're not coming with me?
Get out of here! Get!
I'll never speak to you again. None of you was dying, I wouldn't.
That worries me a lot.
What'd she tell you in there? A lot of lies about me, I bet.
No, nothing about you, Mrs. Mullen. Just about Julie and me. And, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna be a father.
You? Julie?
Goodbye, Mrs. Mullen.
You, a father?
Get the hell away from me, Mrs. Mullen. Goodbye, Mrs. Mullen. I wonder what he'll think of me. I guess he'll call me the old man. I guess he'll think I can lick every other feller's father. Well, I can. I bet that he turns out to be the spitting image of his dad. But he'll have more common sense than his puddin'-headed father ever had. I'll teach him to wrestle and dive through the waves when we go in the mornings for our swim. His mother can teach him the way to behave, but she won't make a sissy out of him. Not him, not my boy, not Bill. My My boy Bill, I will see that he's named after me. I will. My boy Bill, he'll be tall and as tough as a tree. Will Bill, like a tree, he'll grow with his head held high and his feet planted firm on the ground. And you won't see nobody dare to try to boss him or toss him around. No pot-bellied, baggy-eyed bully will boss him around. I don't give a damn what he does, as long as he does what he likes. He can sit on his tail or work on a rail with a hammer and spikes. He can ferry a boat on a river, or pedal a pack on his back, or work up and down the streets of a town with a whip and a horse and a hack. He can haul a scow along a canal, run a cow around a corral, or maybe bark for a carousel. Of course, it takes talent to do that well. He might be a champ of the heavyweights, or a feller that sells you glue, or president of the United States. That would be alright too. You know, his mother would like that, but he wouldn't be president unless he wanted to be. Not Bill. My boy Bill, he'll be tall and as tough as a tree. Will Bill, like a tree, he'll grow with his head held high and his feet planted firm on the ground. And you won't see nobody dare to try to boss him or toss him around. No fat-bottomed, flabby-faced, pot-bellied, baggy-eyed bastard will boss him around. And I'm damned if I'll marry his boss's daughter, a skinny-lipped virgin with blood like water, who'll give him a peck and call it a kiss, and look in his eyes through a lorgnette. Say, why am I talking on like this? My kid ain't even been born yet. I can see him when he's 17 or so, and starting in to go with a girl. I can give him lots of pointers, very sound, on the way to get around any girl. I can tell him, wait a minute, could it be? What the hell? What if he is a girl? Oh, Bill! Oh, Bill! What could I do for her? What could I do with her? A bum with no money. You can have fun with a son, but you've got to be a father to a girl. She mightn't be so bad at that. A kid with ribbons in her hair, a kinda neat and petite little tin type of her mother. What a pair. I can just hear myself bragging about her. My little girl, pink and white as peaches and cream, is she? My little girl is again as bright as girls are meant to be. Dozens of boys pursue her, many a likely lad and she comes home to me. My little girl. My little girl. I've got to get ready before she comes. I've got to make certain that she won't be dragged up in slums with a lot of bums like me. She's got to be sheltered and fed and dressed in the best that money can buy. I never knew how to get money, but I'll try, by God, I'll try. I'll go out and make it, or steal it, or take it, or die.
Hey! You roustabouts! It's time to get going! Come and load everything on the boats!
All right, Daddy.
Get moving! Hey, Billy, what's this Julie says about you not coming to the clam bake?
Clam bake? Maybe I will go after all. There's Jigger. I gotta go talk to him.
Well, I'll tell Julie you're coming. She'll be tickled pink.
Hey, Jigger, come here. Jigger, come here. Jigger, look, I changed my mind. You know about going to the clam bake? And I'll do everything like you said. I gotta get some money on account of the baby coming.
Right, the baby. Did you get the knife?
Knife?
I only got a pocket knife, but we're gonna need a real one if you show some fight.
But I ain't got a knife.
Well, go get the kitchen knife.
But they'll see me.
Get it so they don't see you.
Billy, is it true? Are you coming to the clam bake?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, we'll have a barrel of fun. I can show you all over the island. I've been going to picnics there since I've been a little girl.
Billy, you better go get the...
Get what, Billy?
Why,
The shawl. Yeah, Billy said you ought to have a shawl because it gets cold at nights with the fog and everything. Ain't that right, Billy?
yes. I better go and get it. The shawl.
Well, it was mighty thoughtful of you, Billy.
I'll go and get it.
Come on, y'all!
Judy's busting all over. The flowers busting from the sea.
And the pleasant life of Riley that is spoken of so highly is the life that everybody wants to lead. Because it's
Just because it's June. Because it's June.
I don't know as I should have ate those last 4 dozen clams.
Now you look here, Weasley. You just keep your hands in your pockets if they're so cold. This was a real nice clam bake. We're mighty glad we came. The victuals we ate were good, you bet. The company was the same. Our hearts are warm, our bellies are full, and we are feeling fine. This was a real nice clam bake, and we all had a real good time.
First come codfish chowder, cooked in iron kettles, onions floating on the top, curling up in petals,
Running ribbons of salted pork, and mopped it all up with a clamshell tied onto a bayberry stick.
This was a real nice clam bake. We're mighty glad we came. The victuals we ate were good, you bet. The company was the same. Our hearts are warm, our bellies are full, and we are feeling pride. This was a real nice clam bake, and we all had a real good time.
Remember when we raked those red-hot lobsters out of the driftwood fire? They sizzled and cracked and sputtered a song written for an angel's choir.
We slid 'em down the back and peppered 'em good, and doused them in melted butter.
Then we tore away the claws and we cracked them with our teeth, 'cause we weren't in the mood to putter. Hey, Natty, ain't it about time the boys started their treasure hunt?
Right now, just a minute. Nobody's going treasure hunting till we get this island cleaned up. Well, we can't leave it like this for the next picnickers that come around. Okay, vogue into work, the whole kit and caboodle of you. You burn that rubbish, pick up those bottles. Hey, Enoch. While they're cleaning up, you go hide the treasure.
Hey, why should he get out of working?
One who finds it last year hides it the next year. That's how we do.
Hey, Jigga!
Ooh, that's a nice setup little piece that, Carrie.
Ain't it near time for us to start?
No, not yet. We'll be waiting for them to be ready for the treasure hunt. Then, we'll get lost like we said. Come on, stop jumping from one foot to the other. Go along to your wife and tell that little Carrie to come talk to me.
Jigga, you ain't got time for girls tonight.
Ah, sure I do. You know me, quick or nothing.
After we do it, what do we do then?
We'll bury the money, then go on for 6 months like nothing ever happened. Then we'll wait another 6 and then buy passage on a ship.
The baby will be born by then.
And we'll take it along with us.
Maybe we can sail to San Francisco or something?
Hey, stop putting your hand on your chest.
It's the knife. It's jumping up and down under my hide.
Then put it on the other side.
Mr. Bigelow, Julie needs you.
Oh, man, I don't feel so well.
Oh, it's maybe the clam's not setting so good on your stomach.
Oh, no. It's nothing on my stomach. It's something on my mind. Here, sit down with me a second. I want your advice.
Now, Mr. Craig and I ain't got no time for no wharf yarns or spoon drift.
I want your advice. Oh, why you're sweeter than sugar and I'm crazy for you. Ain't felt this way before for anyone.
Mr. Craig!
Ow! Oh, why, there's nothing I wouldn't do for you. Oh, just to see your lovely smile, I'd swim through beer with my mouth closed. Oh, come on, didn't you just hear me say I loved you?
Oh, and I'm awful sorry for you, but what can I do? Enoch and me are going to be cried in church next Sunday.
Oh, well, by next Sunday, I'll be out to sea looking at the icy gray water. Hey, maybe I'll jump in and drown myself.
Don't!
Well, then just give me a kiss. Just one measly little kiss.
Enoch wouldn't like it.
Well, I don't want to kiss Enoch.
I'll thank you not to yell at me, Mr. Cragen. If you love me like you say you do, then please show me the same respect that you would if you didn't love me.
Carrie, Miss Fippridge, please. Just one word. I know I don't deserve your forgiveness. It's just that I couldn't help myself. For a few awful minutes, I let the brute come out in me.
I think I understand, Mr. Cragen.
Thank you, Miss Fippridge. Thank you kindly. There's just one thing that worries me, and it worries me a lot. It's about you.
About me?
Yeah, you're such a little innocent. You had no right coming out here all alone, talking to some man you didn't know. Suppose I was a different type of fella. You know, the unprincipled type who would let his physical strength get his will. There are such men, you know.
I know, but...
Well, a girl ought to know how to defend herself against beasts like that. Now, there are a few wrestling tips I could show you. Ones that'll land a masher on his face in 2 minutes.
I ain't strong enough for any of those.
Oh, it don't take strength. It's all in the balance. Twist of the wrist and a dig with the elbow. Come on, let me show you a simple one. Come on, this might save your life someday. All right, so now, suppose a fella grabbed you like this. Now, just put your arms around my neck. Now, pull me towards you. Closer. There you go. Now squeeze. Yeah, harder, tighter. Yeah. Ow, 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 hey, hey, ow, ow. Okay.
Another one.
Yeah. Good job. Hey, let me show you another one. Okay? Here's how you can pick a fella up and send him sprawling, okay? Now, wait, just let me do it to you first. Now just close your eyes and relax. Just relax. Yeah. You see? Now this is how firemen carry people. Hey.
Is it?
Yeah, you see how you can make a fella feel so helpless if he gets fresh with you?
Mr. Cragen! Mr. Cragen! Hello, Enoch. This is the way firemen carry people.
Well, where's the fire?
Oh, he was only teaching me to defend myself.
Oh, well, it didn't look like you learned very much by the time I came.
Hey, what's all the fuzzling and guzzling and wuzzling about?
Excuse me, sir, but in my opinion, you are scurvy as a hunk of scum as I ever seen at the waters at a low tide.
Same. Side view.
Oh, I can't believe I saw the woman I'm engaged to being carried out of the woods like a fallen deer.
Oh, no, he wasn't carrying me out of the woods. He was carrying me into the woods. No, not like that.
I can't abide women who are free, loose, and lollygagging, and I certainly could never marry one.
Enoch,
Leave me. Please, leave me alone with my shattered dreams. They're all I have left. Geraniums in the window, hydrangeas on the lawn, and breakfast in the kitchen by the timid pink of dawn. And you to blow me kisses while I'm heading for the sea. We might have been a happy pair of lovers, mightn't have we? And coming home at twilight, it might have been so sweet to take my catch of herring and to lay it at your feet. I might have had a baby to dandle on my knee, but all these things that might have been are never, never to
Never seen it yet to fail. I've never seen it fail. A girl who's in love with a virtuous man is doomed to weep and wail. Stone cutters cutting on stone, woodpeckers pecking on wood. There's nothing so bad for a woman as a man who thinks he's good.
Nice talk!
My mother used to say to me, when you grow up, my son, I hope you're a bum like your father was, 'cause a good man ain't no fun.
Cutters cutting on stone, woodpeckers pecking on wood. There's nothing so bad for a woman as a man who thinks he's good.
Tenso!
Tis too.
Enoch, say you forgive me, Enoch. Say something sweet to me. Say something soft and sweet to me. Say something soft and sweet to me.
Boston cream pie.
Hey, Jigga, don't you think it's time to...
Yeah. Hey, when are we getting ready for the treasure hunt?
We're starting right now. Does everybody have their partners? Okay, listen, 2 men to each team. You got half an hour to find the treasure, and whoever finds it first gets to kiss any of the girls they want.
Hey, wait, Billy. Are you going with Jigger?
Yeah?
Don't you think that's foolish?
Why?
Neither one of you knows the island well. You want to split up and go with someone else.
We're partners, see? Come on, Jigga, let's go.
I just don't understand men. Enoch put on a new suit today, and he was a whole different person.
I've never seen it yet to fail. I've never seen it fail. A girl who's in love with any man is doomed to weep and wail.
And it's even worse after they marry you. You ought to give that ring back, Carrie. Here's Dorothy. She's been married a year. She'll tell you.
Love just takes your life away.
wonder, don't it?
Now you tell her, Julie.
Yeah, she's your best girlfriend. Give it to her good, Julie. Give it to her good. What's the use of wondering if he's good or if he's bad? Or if you like the way he wears his hat? What's the use of wondering if he's good or if he's bad? He's your fella and you love him. There's nothing more than that. Common sense may tell you that the ending will be sad, and now's the time to break and run away. But what's the use of wondering if the ending will be sad? He's your fella and you love him. There's nothing more to say. Something made him the way that he is, whether he's false or true. And something gave him the things that are his. One of those things is you. So when he wants your kisses, you will give them to the light, and anywhere he leads you, you will walk. And anytime he needs you, you go running there like mad. You're his girl and he's your fella, and all the rest is talk. Billy? Billy, where are you going?
Where are we going?
We're treasure hunting.
No. I don't want you to. Let me come with you.
No!
No, Billy. Billy, what is that? Billy, give it to me.
Let me go!
Billy,
I got no time to fool with women!
Common sense may tell you that the ending will be sad, and now's the time to break and run away.
And what's the use of wondering if the ending will be sad?
He's your fella and you love him. There's nothing more to say.
Suppose he don't come.
He'll come. What will you say to him?
I say, excuse me, sir. Could you tell me the time? And suppose he answers me. What do I say?
He won't answer you.
Have you ever killed a man before?
If I have. Wouldn't be likely to say so, would I?
No, guess not. If tonight you did, I mean if tonight we did, wouldn't we be judged by
who?
By God!
God? We're not gonna see God.
Why not?
What's the highest court they ever dragged you into?
Just police magistrates, I guess.
Sure. You've never been before Supreme Court judge, have you?
No.
Same thing in the next world. For them, the heavenly court and the high judge. For you and me, police magistrates. For rich folk, heavenly music and chubby little angels.
Won't we get any music?
Not a note. All we'll get is justice. Yes, sir, there'll be plenty of that for you and me. Nothing but justice.
It's getting late. They'll be coming back from the clam bake. I wish he'd come!
He'll come. Hey, why don't you say we play some cards while we wait? Time will pass quicker that way.
All right.
Got any money?
80 cents.
All right. We'll play 21. I'll bank.
I'll bet the bank.
Sounds like he's got an ace.
I'll take another. Come again. Over. Ugh. I wish old Sideburns would come and have it over with.
Yeah, he's a little late. Hey, don't you want to finish the game?
I already told you, I ain't got any more money.
You want to play on credit?
You mean you trust me?
No, but I'll deduct it.
From what?
From your share of the money. If you win, deduct it from my share.
All right. Can't stand around here doing nothing. Drive a fella crazy. How much is the bank?
Sideburns will have 3,000 on him. That's what he always takes down to the captain. But tonight he don't get it. We do. 1,500 to you, 1,500 to me.
Go ahead and deal. $50. No, $100. Enough.
21.
All right, this time, double or nothing.
Double or nothing it is.
Enough.
21.
Ah! 500.
Dollars?
Dollars.
Say, you're a plunger, ain't you? Yes, sir.
Another. Ah, too much! Ah!
That makes 700 you owe me.
700. Double or nothing. I'll stand pat.
21. I'm a natural.
You. Damn you! You're a dirty crook, you son of a... Stop. Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Do you have the time?
Yes. By my. Come on! Now! Hey, drop! Hey, don't budge, neither one of you. Drop the knife. Drop it! Get over here. Get over here. Oh, hurry up down to Nancy B. Captain Watson! Anybody up there? Go after that one. He's going up Maple Street. I'll cover this one. Hey, there's another bullet in here. Hey, don't forget, there's another bullet in here. Look behind you. What do you see coming?
Two policemen.
You wanted to know what the time was. The time for you will be 10 to 20 years in prison.
Oh, no, it won't.
After him! Go! What do you think you're escaping through the sky?
They ain't gonna put me in no prison!
Stop! You! Hey, you got nowhere to run! Get him.
Julie! Is he dead?
I don't think so. He's still breathing.
Bring him down here so we can lay him out flat.
Let's go. You all right?
All right.
I'm all right. Lucky, though. Very lucky. It's the very first time I brought a pistol with me. The fools. They didn't even see that I was coming from the ship, not to it.
That money that they tried to kill for, it's locked up in my desk. Here, put this under it.
The fools.
Got away.
What's that?
That's the folks. They're coming back from the clam bake.
You better stop. Stop.
All right, people, I need you to stay here. Ma'am, I need you to stay calm. Please, to stay here.
What's going on?
It's nothing.
Who is it? Who is it?
I need you to stay calm, please.
Billy! Excuse me! Please!
I need you to stay
Stop! My husband! Billy? Billy. Okay.
Julie.
Give me your.
Something I want to say to you.
Yes?
I couldn't see anything ahead. And Jigga told me how we could get a hold of a lot of money and maybe go to San Francisco.
Shh. No. Shh. Don't. Shh.
Tell the baby if you want.
Yes?
Say I had this idea about San Francisco. Hold my hand tight.
I am holding it tight. All the time.
Tighter. Still tighter. Julie.
Good Lord, for helping me out, mate.
Don't be mad at me for saying this, Julie, but you're better off this way.
Carrie's right, Julie.
Tell me, Julie, am I right?
You're right, Carrie.
He's better off too, poor fella. Believe me, Julie, he's better off too.
Don't cry, Carrie.
God bless you, Julie.
Ma'am, we need you to stay here. Ma'am, please.
Right. Nice to work with you. Let's move it along.
Sleep, Billy.
Sleep. Sleep peaceful like a good boy. I know why you hit me. You were quick-tempered and unhappy. I always knew what you were thinking. But you didn't always know what I was thinking. And one thing I never told you, I was always ashamed to say it. I love you. I love you. I love you. I said it now. What am I gonna do?
Oh, you gotta stay here with me. Look, so I can be with you when you have the baby. Look, the main thing is to keep on living, to keep caring what's gonna happen. Come here. Do you remember that sampler you bought me? Do you remember what it says on it?
The words, yeah. We used to sing them in school.
Why don't you sing them now? See if you know what they mean.
When you walk through a storm, keep your chin up high, and don't be afraid of the dark.
Get up!
Who are you?
Shake yourself up, man. Where are you going?
Going? Where?
It doesn't matter where. Important thing is you cannot stay here.
Julie!
She can't see you.
Who decided that?
You did when you killed yourself.
I see. So it's over?
It's not as simple as that. As long as there is one person on earth who remembers you, then it isn't over.
What are you gonna do to me?
We aren't gonna do nothing. We were just sent down here to fetch you, take you up to the judge.
Judge? Am I going before the Lord God himself?
What have you ever done to go before him?
I see. So it's just like Jigga said. No Supreme Court for little people.
Who said anything about that?
I swear, if they kick me around up there like they did on Earth, I'm gonna do something about it. I'm dead and I ain't got nothing to lose. I'm gonna go before the Lord God himself. Straight to the top. You hear?
Simmer down, Billy, simmer down.
Take me beyond the pearly gates through a beautiful marble hall. Take me before the highest throne and let me be judged by the highest judge of all. Let the Lord shout and yell and his eyes flash flame. I promise not to quiver when he calls my name. Let him send me to hell, but before I go, I feel like I'm entitled to a hell of a show. Want pink-faced angels on a purple cloud, twanging on their harps till their fingers get red. Want organ music, let it roll out loud, rolling like a wave washing over my head. Want every star in heaven hanging in the room, shining in my eyes when I hear my doom. Reckon my sins are good big sins, and the punishment won't be small. So take me before the highest throne, and let me be judged by the highest judge of all. Hey, what is this? And who are you?
Never mind who I am, Bigelow.
Where am I?
You're in the backyard of heaven. The gates are over there.
The pearly gates!
No, the pearly gates are in the front. Those are the back gates. They're just the mother of Pearly.
But I don't want to go in no back
You'll
gate.
go where we send you, young man.
Now look here.
Don't yell.
I didn't yell.
Well, don't. This one's finished, Brother Malachi. Please hang it over Salem Mass.
Aye.
Now, this is a routine question we gotta ask everybody. Is there anything on earth you left unfinished? The reason I ask is because you're entitled to go back for a day, if you want to.
I don't know. Guess as long as I'm up here, I won't go back.
Wave's right to go back.
Can I ask you something? I'd like to know if the baby will be a boy or a girl.
We'll come to that later.
But I'm just asking.
Just let me do the asking and you do the answering. I got my orders. You left your wife having that baby with nothing for him to live off of. Now, why'd you go and do that?
I couldn't get a job, and I couldn't bear to see her.
You couldn't bear to see her cry? Why not come right out and say it? Why are you so afraid of saying the right word? Why are you ashamed that you love Julie?
I ain't ashamed of anything.
Then why'd you beat her?
I didn't beat her. I wouldn't beat a little thing like that. I hit her.
Why?
Well, you see, we'd argue. And she'd say this, and I'd say that. And she'd be right. So I hit her.
Well, are you sorry you hit her?
Ain't sorry for anything.
You can be as sot and persnickety as you want. Up here, patience is as endless as time. We can wait. Now look here, son. It's only fair for me to tell you, you're in a pretty tight corner. See, fact is, you ain't done enough good in your life to get in the gates. Not even the back gates.
All right. If I can't get in, I can't.
Now, I didn't say can't. Said you ain't done enough good in your life. You might can still get in if you tried hard enough.
How?
Well, you can go down to earth like I said you could and do something real fine for someone.
What could I do?
Well, you might can do your little daughter some good.
A daughter? It's a girl? My baby?
Ain't a baby no more. She's 15 years old.
How could that be? I just come from there.
You gotta get used to a new way of telling time, Billy. A year on earth is just a minute in heaven. Would you like to go down and take a look?
Could I? Could I see her from here?
Sure could. Follow me.
Tell me, heavenly friend, is she happy?
No, she ain't, Billy. She's a lot like you in that way. That's why I figured you're the one that could help her most, if you were there.
If she ain't happy, I don't want to see her.
Well, right at this moment, she appears to be having a fine time. Yes, sir, there she is on the beach. Got her shoes and stockings off.
Like I used to do.
Don't you think you better take a look?
Where is she? What can I do to see her?
Just look and wait, and the power to see her will come to you.
Is that her? Little girl with chestnut-colored hair?
Pretty, ain't she?
My little girl.
I hate you! I hate all of you!
Why did you make me look?
You said you wanted to.
I know what she's going through.
Something like what happened to you as a child, ain't it?
Somebody ought to help her.
Yeah, somebody ought to. You can go down anytime. The offer still stands.
And so the next day, we all climbed to the top of the Statue of Liberty. Enoch, me, and all of the kids.
Did you go any of those to the theaters in New York?
Of course we did.
Did you see any of them their extravaganzas?
Enoch took me to one of them things. The curtain went up, and the first thing you see is 12 hussies with nothing on their legs but tights.
What happened then?
Well, Enoch just grabbed a hold of my arm and dragged me out of the theater. But I went back the next day to a matinee just to see how the story came out.
All by yourself? Well, lucky you didn't see anybody you know.
I did.
Who?
Enoch! No! Oh, there was this one lady. She sung an awful catchy song. She threw her leg over the fence like this, and it rained all day.
Louise, would you be a good dear and take these into the kitchen for me? Thank you.
So she threw her leg over the fence like this, and she sang, I'm a tomboy, just a tomboy. I'm a madcap maiden from Broadway. I'm a tomboy, a silly tomboy. I'm a madcap maiden from Broadway.
Cover your eyes, Junior.
I was only telling Julie about that show, Madcap Maidens.
Oh, well, we also saw Julius Caesar. Wouldn't you think that's a better one to quote from?
I don't remember much of that one. All the men were in nightgowns and it made me sleepy.
Oh, won't you come sit down and visit with us?
I feared we haven't the time. Mrs. Snow and I have to stop by the minister's on the way to the graduation. And I'd thank you not to sing I'm a tomboy to the minister's wife.
I already did.
Come along, Junior.
Pa, can I stay and talk to Luis for 5 minutes?
No.
I'll let him.
All right, fine. 5 minutes, no more.
Goodbye. See you at the graduation.
Still Allegaggin. You know, you think a woman with all these kids would have more sense.
If I'd had more sense, I wouldn't have had all these children. I could go to New York.
What are you gonna do when you graduate?
Listen, John, can you keep a secret? I'm going to be an actress. There's a troupe coming through here next week, and I met a fella who says he's the advanced man or something. Says he'll help me.
You mean run away? I won't let you do it, Luis.
What are you goofs gonna do to stop me?
I'll marry you. That's how. Have a single dick and Pinspada. Married beneath my station.
You needn't bother about marrying beneath your station. I would have you. And I wouldn't have that stuck-up buzzard for a father-in-law either.
You're one to talk about fathers. What about your own? Barker on a carousel. He beat your mother.
You get out of here, you, Lonnie dog, or I'll kill you.
If I want her to see me, she will? Okay. Little girl? Louise?
Who are you?
You
know my name.
Somebody told me you lived here. I knew your father.
My father?
I heard what that little whippersnapper said. It ain't true, any of it.
But it is true. All of it.
Is that what your mother said?
No. But every kid in town here knows it. They've been throwing it up at me ever since I can remember. I wish I was dead.
What did your mother say about him?
Oh, she's always telling fairy stories about how he died in San Francisco. And she's always saying what a handsome fella he was.
Well, he was.
Was he? Really?
Handsomest fellow around here.
You really knew him, did you? And he was handsome? What else about him? Do you know anything else good about him?
Well, he used to tell funny jokes at the Carousel and make people laugh.
Did he?
Yeah.
What else?
Hey, I want to give you something.
Don't do it, mister. My mother wouldn't like it.
I don't mean any harm, child. I just want to give you a present.
Don't come any closer. You scare me with your strange face.
Don't make me chase you. I just want to give you something pretty. Something wonderful.
What's that?
A star.
No.
Darling, please, I want to help you.
Don't call me darling. Let go of my arm.
I want to make you happy. Take this.
No.
Please. Please, dear.
Failure. You struck out blindly again. Always trying to get out of difficulty. Hurt someone you love. Failure.
Where is he?
I don't want her to see me.
Then she doesn't see you.
Oh, he's gone. But I didn't make it up, Mother. Honest. He was there in my hand. I heard the sound of it, but it didn't hurt. It just felt as though he kissed my hand.
Go into the house, child.
What's happened?
It's nothing.
Then why won't you tell me why you're acting so funny?
It's nothing.
But is it possible, Mother, for someone to hit you like that, real loud and hard, and it not hurt?
Longing to tell you, but afraid and shy. I've let my golden chances pass me by. Now I've lost you. Soon I will go in the mist of day. And you never will know how I loved you, how I loved you. She took the star. She took it. Seems like she knew I was here.
Julie always knows.
She never changes.
Julie never changes.
But my little girl, my Louise, I gotta do something for her.
You haven't done that much, Billy.
I know.
You're running out of time.
But it ain't over yet. I want an extension. I gotta see my girl's graduation.
Fine, Billy.
Have you all sit? Enoch Snow Jr.
Are you okay? Come on, get up. You're okay. You're okay. It's okay. He's okay. He's all right.
Miss Louise Bigelow. Our speaker this year is the most popular, best loved person in our town, Dr. Selden.
They always choose some old duck like me to preach at the graduations. Well, you know what? I can't preach at you. Know you all too well. Practically raised most of you. Rubbed liniment down your backs and castor oil down your throats. I just hope it was worth all the trouble I took with you. I can't tell you any sure way to happiness. You gotta come to that on your own. And you can't lean on the success of your parents either, because that's their success. And don't be held back by their failures. Doesn't matter what they did or didn't do. You just stand on your own 2 feet.
Listen to her, Louise. Believe her.
The world belongs to you just as much as it does the next fella. Don't give up. And try not being scared of people not liking you. You just try liking them. Just keep the faith and the courage, and you'll come out all right. It's like that old song I used to sing every morning before I went to school. Maybe you still sing it. I don't know. When you walk through a storm, keep your chin up high. Know that one? And don't be afraid of the dark.
Listen to her, darling.
At the end of the storm is a golden sky and the sweet silver song of the
loved you, Julie. I always loved you.
I wanted to end it with even a little bit more. I want to say thank you to all of you who were here tonight. I want to say thank you to one of my best friends for being here with me and working so hard. And I want to thank my students who've endured so much to do this tonight. And I love you all very much. But I've been asked a request by somebody to express a little bit more love tonight. So, if you come up here.
Hey, Mo. We've been through so much together, and I want to go through more with you. So, will you marry me?
Thank you all for that indulgence, and thank you again for coming out tonight. Please drive home safe. Thank you so much.